We are heading to New York Comic Con. Cassidy is our zombie. Colleen didn't cosplay this year. Took us an hour and a half to find parking, and now we're walking for 30 minutes. Have to love the city. Let's see what's going on.
Ooh, one or the other.
Still pushing that Warriors comic. We'll talk later on in the episode who we purchased items from and who we spoke to. It's some people who have been on the show. First, let's hear from some younger people, my two daughters, Colleen and Cassidy, and how they view New York Comic Con.
Hi, so this is Cassidy.
I'm Colleen.
And we're here to give our review of New York Comic Con 2024. So I really enjoyed the convention this year. Artist Alley is where we started, and it always has so many amazing artists. I typically buy from some of the same ones who are there every year. So I did that, which you'll see later on what I bought. But Artist Alley is one of our favorites always. We see a lot of artists who do, what's the word? Original pieces for people.
Yeah. I think Artist Alley is the most like what a regular convention is like. I feel like the show floor has a lot more exhibitions, kind of like showcase type pieces. A lot more of like the bigger brands. Like there's like one whole section of the show floor that is just books, like books you would buy at like Barnes and Noble. So I feel like Artist Alley is kind of more like what a typical convention looks like, where it's just kind of vendors selling their original pieces, where the show floor is a little bit more for, I don't want to say for show, because that is where a lot of people spend most of their time, but that's kind of like the bigger hits, the more flashy things, the big things hanging from the ceiling. I'm sure there's going to be pictures in to show all of those different things. So I feel like that's what we're most comfortable with, Artist Alley.
Yeah, and I think the amazing thing about, so obviously New York Comic Con is the big convention on the East Coast, and we are used to going to a lot of smaller conventions, but I think the awesome thing about New York Comic Con is because it's so big, you do get artists and vendors from the West Coast, which you typically won't get that for some of the smaller conventions that are in Jersey, even Philly. So there are definitely artists who I only see at New York Comic Con and nowhere else near around where we go. Yep. So that's the awesome thing. And then show floor has a lot, again, of pricey stuff, but we did find some of the vendors we like every year.
Definitely.
Jewelry. Yeah, so
that also has some of the more exhibition type things, kind of like interactive things. Something we did up there this year. We don't usually do the things up there, but they had something for Dexter New Blood, which I watched. Dexter, I kind of binged it all when it came onto Netflix, so I definitely wanted to do that. That was pretty cool. We kind of got to go into like Dexter's kill room, for those of you familiar with the show, and we all got to like lay on a table, and then it took a picture of us from like up above as if Dexter was about to kill us. So that was pretty cool. We got this cool souvenir. It's like a rain poncho.
It is a
we have it open.
Poncho that says Dexter.
Bloody Rain poncho. This is our free gift for doing that. So that was really cool. We also did the TikTok 360 camera thing.
TikTok Shop had a camera that would spin around you, which it was really fun for us to do, but also awesome for cosplayers to do. In front of us, there was a Raven cosplay.
Yeah.
So, and part of the video would be in slow-mo, so she was
twirling all around. Yeah, it was really cool. We got a TikTok pin for that, so that was really cool. It was also a really short line for that, which I was really surprised.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people like head there maybe earlier in the day when their cosplay is like in full swing, but that was a really cool thing.
I would also say that New York Comic Con is awesome for cosplayers. You get a lot of people to see you. The cosplay competition is run really well. So here's my brain that I had made for my cosplay. I went as Gwen from the iZombie comics. So, but yeah, I love seeing all the cosplayers.
Yeah,
some people put in like a year of making it.
Yeah, definitely.
We talked to someone who had a crochet costume, which was awesome, and she said that she put in 60 hours making that. So
I think also something really unique about Comic-Con for the cosplay is how big the Javits Center is. There is a lot of kind of dead space that gets to be filled by people that aren't necessarily buying things or aren't necessarily doing anything that was organized by the event. So for example, there's this one section in the Javits Center that doesn't really have anything set up in terms of Comic-Con itself, and that's kind of where all the cosplayers congregate and just kind of have fun. When we were on our way out, we passed by that area and they were playing like Spanish music and they were doing like salsa lessons. So it's like you saw all these different costumes of people like salsa dancing with each other. So
there's cosplay meetups.
Yeah, so it's just really I a nice place for cosplayers that isn't really highlighted at a lot of other conventions we go to. I know that most of them have some kind of cosplay competition, but there's not really, at least that we see, a space for cosplayers to just go and interact with each other without having to enter a competition or, doing something official.
And this was kind of the agenda.
That's the program for the year.
The program has some articles. And there were a lot of Deadpool and Wolverine cosplays.
Yes, there were.
Which we kind of guessed that would happen.
Yeah.
But our favorite cosplay was from Death Note.
Yeah, there was a really cool, it was probably it had to be 8 to 10 feet Ryuk. If you're familiar with that, he's basically the scary demon in the show that is kind of haunting the protagonist throughout the Death Note series. It was just so tall, and it looked very accurate to the anime. So it was really cool, and definitely a unique one. You don't see a lot of
I actually
Death
saw
Note
one
ones.
other one walking around, but this one had been on stilts.
Yeah,
so.
he was had to be 10 feet tall, so that was a really cool one. But good con this year. We didn't do any panels or meet any celebrities this year. Actually, personally, a lot of the stuff that I would have been more interested in doing was on Friday. Danny Elfman was there only Friday, so tier for our Saturday tickets. So we didn't do any of that stuff, and we just kind of walked the show floor and Artist Alley. Spent a good amount of money. Which you will be seeing shortly.
So as I said earlier, I did do something I haven't done in a long time. I spent a lot of time in Artist Alley, and I got a lot of comic books signed. I haven't done that in years. I got a chance to talk to a bunch of creators, ones that we know, Brian Bucciolato, who's been on the show, and people like that, and ones we were meeting for the first time, Erica Schultz, who's going to be on the show soon. Mm-hmm. Here is how I do my preparation for Artist Alley. Here's how I organize the comics in the bag. I put them in alphabetical orders with little tags on them, so when I meet Dean Haspel, I could just pull out the comic if that's his, and then every time I get a comic book signed, I take the tag off and throw it in the back of the thing. For example, that Hal Jordan is signed by Serge Acuna, if I remember correctly. We'll go through all of these comics that I got signed at New York Comic Con right now. So I don't like to pay for signatures at New York Comic Con.
Did you pay for any?
I did not. I understand why creators have to charge, and the reason behind the growth of creators charging is because of dealers and resellers who are taking what an artist used to do for free and reselling it and making a profit. I understand that the artist should definitely get a piece of that profit.
Sure.
It hurts guys like me who just do it for the collection side of it, not for selling it. I don't plan on ever selling any of my autographed comics or any of my comics in general. So whatever you want to call them, those dealers, those resellers, they ruin everything all the time.
It's kind of like the vultures at Target and Walmart who go in and grab all the new stuff when it hits the shelf. Yeah.
There was a time when everyone signed for free, and they even did sketches for free too.
Sure.
But those days are long gone now that there's people trying to make money off of other people for no reason. Mm-hmm. Before we look at what I got signed, one of the coolest things that I saw in Artist Alley is they had a John Cassidy memorial.
Oh, good.
Which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
They had, I guess, where his booth would have been or where it was in the past. They had some flowers and they had a nice note to him.
That's good.
That really cool that they would do something like that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I loved his work in Planetary. It was so good. Yeah.
He died way too young.
Yeah.
So the first people we really went looking for was the pedestrian guys, Sean Van Gorman and Joey Esposito. Mm-hmm. At first, they were MIA.
I'm somehow not surprised at all.
Well, once they got there was a lot. We had a lot of fun with them. Mm-hmm. They had their first pedestrian cosplayer. Joey and Sean are the best. I hope the best for them going forward. So I got from them. They signed my issue number one of Pedestrian.
Nice.
They signed my issue number 2 of Pedestrian. Yeah. And if you watched our interview with them, they were supposed to bring 2 variant covers for me, and they remembered.
Oh.
They brought the action figure variant cover.
Very nice.
And they bought one of our favorites. Whose cover is that?
I'm blanking. I don't know.
Mike Allred's cover.
Oh, is that Mike Allred? I can't really see
Mike
that
Allred's cover. So we were.
Oh yeah, look at that.
We were able to get
that's super cool.
the 2 covers we were looking for from them, which was awesome that they remembered. And as soon as we got up to them, we were chatting for a while. I had a lot of fun talking to them.
That's really nice looking.
Yeah, it really is.
That looks great.
We bought a whole bunch of other comic books too. Let's see what we got. This is going to take a while. I don't even know how I'm going to stack these. There are a whole bunch of them. Another friend of the show I met up with, Brian Bucciolata, who didn't recognize me because I don't have the beard anymore.
That's right.
I had him sign
Son of the Devil.
Son of the Devil issue that mimics the Flash cover. Midlife #1 issue that mimics the Flash cover. We talked about this one on the episode we had him on.
Yep.
Midlife #1, which I really love the series. It just ended.
I haven't read it yet.
It ended abruptly, and we were chatting about whether it's coming back or not. He's not sure yet if it's coming back or not.
I'm gonna pick up the trade for that.
It's good.
It looks really good.
It was really good. A very different take on superheroes.
Yeah.
Also picked up Francesco Portella. I have been trying to complete the Flashpoint series, all of the extra ones for a long time.
The tie-ins, yeah.
Yeah, so
there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. He signed this one for me, so it's another one. There's his signature right there. That's another one checked off the list. Here's a good one. Terry Dodson signed my issue of Dazzler #1.
Nice.
Cool,
Very
right?
cool, yeah.
Serge Acuna signed my issue of Jay Garrick Flash. If most of these are going to be Flash related because I am a Flash fan.
Yeah, tons of Flash stuff.
Had a nice conversation with Maria Wolf about how awesome this cover is.
Is that Grodd?
That's Grodd.
Oh, that's a good one.
She said that Grodd should have had a lot more armor on it, but DC said they really wanted to limit the amount of armor on Grodd.
What?
Yeah.
There's pictures of him like fully suited up.
Not in today's.
Weird.
Also had a very nice conversation with Tom Derenick. You can look at that right now. Yep. Derenick signed a couple of issues of The Flash for me. $7.99 there at the bottom, and $7.97 right there. This cover is pretty cool. Belina Ortega signed this issue of Spider-Woman for me. She is a smoke show.
Belina Ortega?
Oh my goodness. As Babyface said, it is his crush in comic books.
I don't know her. I don't know her at all.
You will be looking her up after this episode. Declan Salvi, who I said to him, he basically writes the comic books of all of the movies that I love. He's working on Terminator right now.
I just finished reading this issue. It's great.
It's great.
I love it.
It's great. I told him that. He said, "Did you read it?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "It's great." I actually said to him, I said, "You are writing comic books of movies that I love." Alien.
Yeah.
He signed this for me also.
Yep.
So I had Declan sign this, and I had the cover artist, Dick Roon, also sign it. This series was really good. But I said Declan Escape from New York. He wrote this too.
Great.
He wrote 3 of my favorite movie properties and turned them into comic books.
That's awesome. Escape from New York that cover is amazing.
He did a great job on.
This is running from Boom currently. Escape from New York.
No, that's old.
Okay.
No, it was really good though. I would pick up the trade for that if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Eleanor Carlini signed a couple for me. A couple of Flash issues.
Great cover.
She's done variant covers in the past. There's 1. There's 2. Had a really nice interaction with Todd Nuck, who is a cover artist for DC. See what he was doing.
I was like, am I stupid? I didn't see what the signature was. It's a what? Thank you.
he signed. This is one of my favorite recent Flash variant covers. It's, Flash on a skateboard. How long do you see that?
Yeah.
He said he loved working on it. Flash variant cover.
Nice.
And
ooh,
he did. Nice. He's done some variant covers for Marvel as well. Miss Minutes.
Nice.
There you go. Listen, all the guys that I spoke to were fantastic. The guys and girls I spoke to. I've got a Fantastic Four #1 signed. Not the one you're thinking of. Iban Coelho. Signed it in gold.
Very cool.
Tim Seeley signed his copy of Night Terror. Angel Breaker. Yeah, he was actually really nice. He said he hadn't signed one of these in a while. This is probably one of my favorite covers that I got signed. Bjorn Borens. Look at how awesome
that's great.
That Grodd cover is.
Yeah, that looks very much like Lee Bermejo's art, who I really like. Right. There's a lot of Batman stuff.
This is
that's very cool.
I hope we see more from him.
Yeah.
Danielle Danucciolo.
Oh, I like that. That looks like Darwin Cook a little bit. Yeah.
The way the face looks.
Yeah, love it.
And I thought this was awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, a lot of Flash stuff. Here's one for you.
Ooh, World Tree, nice.
Carolina Bolini.
Yep.
No, this is Fernando Blanco.
Great
Fernando
series.
Blanco cover.
Really good series.
I said to him, this series has been fantastic.
Excellent, absolutely excellent.
He's the artist on the series. I said, it's been so different than anything out there. If you're not reading World Tree,
it's like one of the oddest horror stories you'll ever read.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really, really good.
I have to catch up. I'm a little behind.
Yeah,
Carolyn Bolini, another Spider-Woman cover. That's her signature down there. Erica Schultz, who is writing Blood Hunters.
Very nice.
She is going to be on the show soon. We're just working out a date with her. She did issue 1 and issue 2. Most of these artists and creators they did 1 or 2 free, and then the rest were charged, which I 100% am behind that. Give someone like me who's not going to sell them a couple of free ones, then charge for the guy who's having. I was talking to I don't remember who it was, and they were saying it was like 10 free, but if you got the same issue signed, it was $10 an issue. And I was like, wait, people come up with multiple. She's like, there's been people who came up with stacks of the same issue.
People are just taking advantage.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's why we charge it. These are some awesome covers from Werther Del Edera. Very horror inspired. There's 1. There's 2. David Yarden did a couple for me. Actually, David Yarden was who I was talking to about people coming up with stacks of comics for him of the same issue.
That's so taking advantage.
That's why they're charging.
Yeah.
That's another David Yarden. Freddie Williams. You know Freddie Williams? He's been doing art for a long time.
I think I know the name.
I thought he was black. He's not. There's Freddie Williams.
Oh, JSA All-Star. Nice.
David Marquez. It's funny. I walked up to him and he was busy doing a sketch, so I recorded him actually doing an Iron Man sketch, and here it is. And then he signed this Justice League cover for me. He was really nice. He was actually really friendly. We talked for a little while about everything. Here's the big one. The big one.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
This is a big one. So I went over to Nick Dragato to have him sign this. He was signing until 1 o'clock. It was actually like 2 to 1. It was 12:58.
Yeah.
And as he was standing, he was talking to Scott Schneider.
Oh my God.
Scott Schneider was charging $10 a signature, but Nick Dragato took this and signed it, and then Scott Schneider took it and just signed it.
That's
so
awesome.
I was like, holy cow! I got Dragato and Schneider. Didn't have to wait online for Schneider.
Schneider's great.
He just grabbed it and signed it. Thank you, Scott. This is really cool that that you took the time to sign this for me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's not going to get sold. It's just going to be in someone's collection.
It's in my collection. I'm not selling it.
And treasured.
Finally, the last person I had sign things for me was Franco, who was on the show. Mm-hmm. That's his Superpowers cover.
Nice.
He's awesome. He's feeling better. He was sick for a little while. There's another Superpowers cover. Not our fault.
Not our fault.
I had him sign all his Superpower issues.
Very nice.
And I also did something else I haven't done in a long time. I had Franco do a commission for me.
Oh my.
Because he was so nice.
Wow, that's great.
So a Dazzler commission for me.
Wow. Really nice.
Right?
Beautifully
done. I like his more cartoony style.
Yeah, I love it.
I really appreciate that he took the time to sign it for me.
That is
so this is all the comics I got signed.
Very nice, very nice.
Spent a lot of time getting things signed at this convention.
Apparently. Very busy.
It was very heavy too.
Yeah. Yeah.
As you saw how big the bag was. After I went and got all these things signed in Artist Alley, I went up to the show floor, and David Quinn was on the show floor. He was promoting his new comic, Addiction, so I stood and chatted with him for a while. I had to wait because there was two, cute younger girls talking to David, and he was preoccupied. So David's going to be back on the show again soon to discuss Addiction and what it's about and how it's going.
Was one of them Belina Ortega?
No, because then I wouldn't have went up to him. Also, one of my favorite things to do at New York Comic Con. Wait, I forgot. Brian didn't come to New York Comic Con this year because he was too old.
I'm a grumpy old man. I don't like everything the way it is.
I guess is the best thing to say.
Yeah, maybe that's the way
worn out. It would have been a lot of help if he was there, but I was solo. Maybe that's why it turned out bad at the end. So I went over to, if you remember last year, we went over to Pure Arts. They had that big stand. This year they had some Batman 66 statues that were unbelievable.
I think do they have the one with them standing side by side?
Yes.
That one's amazing.
It looks like this. They have that one and they have another one. They had some the masks were back again that we looked at last year.
Those are great.
I got to get that Flash one. Someone's got to buy it to me. It's like $1,200, but so also looked at some really cool Star Wars statues at some of the other stands. I love looking at statues. I don't buy them because I don't know how I'm going to carry it and bring it home, but I think I might order. Diamond Select had this Beta Ray Bill statue that was...
they do some nice stuff.
Oh, my, I don't know where I would put it. They had a nice Apocalypse statue, and they had the small Scotty Young statues, and some other cool stuff. Diamond Select always has some really cool stuff at the book. And we really can't talk about New York Comic Con without talking about cosplayers. There were really... people really go all out at New York Comic Con. Lots of Deadpool and Wolverine, plus a lot of characters from the Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
A lot of Deadpool variants.
A lot of Deadpool variants, There was like a Lego one. There was a Marvel Jesus one. There was a lot of Deadpool and Wolverine definitely dominated.
Right.
There was also a lot of risque costumes at New York Comic Con this year. Some were amazing. Here are some of our favorites.
The risque ones?
Of all of them. Pay attention closely to the Medusa, the Hell Girl, and the Doctor Doom one. Any Deadpools. Deadpool ruled at New York Comic Con this year. I don't know why.
Well, the movie was enormous.
Oh, yeah, it was enormous. So maybe that's why. Deadpool and Risque. That was
seen it yet.
DC Comics didn't have a booth, but they did reveal a lot of new comic books and new teams on books.
But they didn't have a physical presence.
No, they didn't have a physical. They didn't have a specific area. They did some panels, so they did reveals with panels. They have a couple of new Absolute titles. Absolute Flash is coming out. Jeff Lemire is writing. Nick Roblo is doing the artwork. Absolute Green Lantern. Al Ewing is doing the writing.
I love Al Ewing.
I know you do.
Yep.
Johnny Lindsay is doing the art. They have an Absolute Martian Manhunter. And they have some changes on some of their major books. So new creative teams. Aquaman is going to be Jeremy Adams and John Timms. Green Lantern is having a miniseries called Fractured Spectrum. Jeremy Adams is writing, and V. Ken Marion is doing the artwork. Superman number 19 is going to be Joshua Williamson and Dan Mora as the new creative team.
Oh, good team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're also, Joshua Williamson is also going to be writing a new series called Superman Lex Luthor. Eddie Barrows is doing the art on that one. There's going to be a Justice League Unlimited series, which is going to come out of the events of All Out. It's going to be done by Mark Waid. Dan Mora is doing the art on that as well.
Love Mark Waid and Dan Mora together.
Mark Waid is also going to start doing Action Comics with issue 1070.
Right.
Clayton Henry will be doing the art on that. Wonder Woman will be written by Tom King.
Uh-huh.
And there will be a new God series, a Metamorpho series, and a new Justice Society of America series. DC had a lot of changes and a lot of announcements.
Metamorpho, that means he's showing up in movies. And
I think so too.
Yeah, and
I think that's a character that Gunn is going to use, is 100% going to use. So I think with him having a metal, and I think he's going to use the JSA also, which we kind of know already. So also looked at art. Alex Ross's stuff is unbelievable. He had an amazing Batman. His Venom is probably the best Venom there is. Wolverine and a Fantastic Four that, if you want, you could buy for me.
Yeah.
Also, some original artwork. Take a look at some of the stuff we saw.
I'm going to order it right now.
There you go. I love comic book art and all of the pieces, plus there's a whole development of a Marvel card. All the different stages, they had that for sale. That was at the auction booth, Heritage Auction Booth. Had a lot of things. Before we go any further, let's see what the girls bought at New York Comic Con. So they don't buy a lot of comic books, they buy a lot of stuff from the comic floor.
Okay, so here is what we bought at New York Comic Con this year. So let's start off with the free stuff, other free stuff that we got.
I don't think I got any other free stuff.
So Moran, is that how you pronounce it? Which is kind of makeup for cosplayers. I have a lot of their special effects, fake blood that I used for student short films. So they were doing you spin a wheel and you have a chance to win a free product. So I spun and did not win anything. And then I forced Colleen to spin for me because I wanted something. And she won.
I did win. I was the only person that won that we saw, so.
Yeah, so they had some small samples of some of the fake blood that they have. But I have that stuff, so I chose to do a barrier spray where you would put on any makeup that you put on, face paint.
Yeah, the only free stuff I got was the things from the events we did. So the Dexter poncho and the TikTok pin. So that was it free for me. So go ahead, you can.
Okay, I'll start.
Go ahead, you start.
Alright, I'll start with a tote bag that I got, which the design is from Scream. I swore I would not buy any bags because I have so many, but the place just had so many cool ones. They're called Totes Thirsty, so they have tote bags of a lot of male characters people love. Anakin Skywalker was one. Nicolas Cage had a bag. There was a lot of good ones, but I chose to do Scream with Billy Loomis and Stu Matcher.
Alright, so I'll do my tote bags next, I guess. So this is a lot going on at the moment. This is from Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, if anyone is a fan of that. It's one of the shirts she wears during the show. And my other tote bag is also Taylor Swift. This is her most recent album, The Tortured Poets Department. It's kind of disformed. I'm already using it as a bag for work, so it's already filled with my stuff. But yeah, there was definitely a lot more Taylor Swift and like artist, like musician merch than I've seen in the past. So I was happy to get some of that as I'm a fan.
Okay, matching my purse, which also kind of inspired me to buy this, is a Ghostface hair clip. So we'll be using that in my hair.
Kind of to go along with totes, I got another Taylor Swift thing. It says, I cry a lot, but I am so productive. It's like a little wristlet. I like to use these for like makeup bag or hand sanitizer, stuff like that. Just kind of, obviously totes don't have pockets, so I like having something to organize it a little bit. But again, Taylor Swift, I love her, so it's nice to see merch for her at comic conventions now.
And from that same artist that she got that bag from, I got a ring that says, I am no Jedi. I don't know if it's in focus. But we've bought from this artist a lot. She sells a lot of jewelry, but also over the years, she's grown into tote bags, handbags, a lot of different things. And I told her at this convention that I remember buying jewelry from her at my first convention at New York Comic Con, which was 12 years ago in 2012. So,
also from that same person, I got this. It's just a little whiteboard for our refrigerator here at home. Just, we have like post-it notes on the fridge for our grocery list, so I got this as kind of a present for the family, so we could put that on there. It just says, stand tall and follow the sun. Our mom loves sunflowers and kind of has like a sunflower aesthetic in the home, so I thought this was perfect for her. And also from the same person that we've been buying from the past couple years.
okay, and then I have a t-shirt that I got in Artist Alley from an artist who I also bought some art from. So it is from the TV show The Acolyte. It is Khmer, the Sith. So it says, I've accepted my darkness. I've accepted my darkness. What have you done with yours? So I really like the look of it, and we are going to Disney World soon, so I thought I could wear it in Galaxy's Edge. And I don't see a lot of Acolyte merchandise a lot of the time.
Pretty sure this is from the same person. A Taylor Swift sticker, and again it just says, I cry a lot but I'm so productive, and then this is just a picture of her from the Everest tour.
Okay, and then I actually also got a sticker from this artist. So I bought from her for the past 2 years as well. I have a Our Flag Means Death art print, a Laszlo, and Naja from What We Do in the Shadows. I think I have one more, but so I really love her art. So then I also got a sticker that is May and Osha from The Acolyte, so kind of stuck to that theme. And I love artists whose business card is also a work of art itself. So this is her business card, but then, like, I will be hanging this up with my art prints. It's My Chemical Romance album, but instead it's Robert Pattinson's The Batman and Catwoman, so I really love how that looks.
Kravitz as Catwoman.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll go a t-shirt next too. So I got this for my fiance. It is Momo from Avatar. He kind of forced me to watch this show over the summer because
Such a good show.
This is the show he watched when he was a kid. So I saw this at Tea Turtle, which we see at a lot of conventions over here on the East Coast. I just thought it was super cute. It's just Momo in like your pocket. So I thought that was too cute to not get.
Okay, so the only other stuff I have are from Artist Alley. So let me start with some of my other stickers, because I buy a lot of stickers. So these three are from the same artist. So Hercules is one of my favorite Disney movies, so I got Hercules and Meg, so that was my favorite. And then they had a deal for buy 3 stickers, and it was a little cheaper, so then I also got from Ella Enchanted and Belle.
From that same person.
Not Ella Enchanted, just Enchanted.
Yes, Enchanted. From that same person, I believe, I got this notebook. I just thought this was such a beautiful notebook from Tangled. Yeah.
And then I also got 2 art prints from this person. I bought from this person 2 years ago, I think. I have quite a few of her Star Wars prints. So she does a whole line of like parent and child. So I got from Star Wars Rebels. I actually got 2 of this print. One of them is going to go to one of my former roommates and friend who is a huge fan of Star Wars and Rebels. So
is this from that person too?
No.
No, I don't think so. Okay, well, I got this. This is Bad Blood is the name of it, and then this was just kind of a free comic that came with it. So this is actually just, here, I'll take it out. It is just a deck of cards with some very beautiful art on it. Let me show. Most of the art is on the face cards, so let me grab some of those. So like here we have, it's the King of Spades, Queen of Spades. So just some really beautiful original art, and as a part of this deck, there is this game journal that you can scan, and as you play the, any game in poker, when certain cards come out, there's certain actions you do and certain information you can get about that card. So basically it's like you're playing a murder mystery game within a game of poker. So it's just a way to kind of like change up what can be kind of repetitive and boring card games, and also just, beautiful art on the deck of cards. And this is by Kelly McMahon, according to the back here. So I just thought this was something really unique. I have been seeing cards more often at people who do art at their stands, and I thought seeing kind of like a murder mystery game to go along with a game of cards was a really unique concept. So I can't wait to learn how to play that and, play that with my family.
Yeah, we'll be trying that out.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, the last sticker I got is a sticker of Jack Skellington and Sally, but instead they're in costumes from the Haunted Mansion ride at the Disney parks. So the Haunted Mansion is one of my favorite rides, so I really love this, and it will be going on my sticker door.
And that's what it turns into that during the holidays, doesn't it?
Yes, I don't think that they're in these exact costumes. But.
Alright, so my next thing I have, also not for me, so I don't really know anything about what this is, but it is Nuka Victory Cola, which is from the game Fallout, and the TV show Fallout now. My fiance and his brother are big fans, so I thought I had to get it for them so they could try it. They haven't tried it yet, but it is peach mango flavor, and it comes with the bottle caps. I know that's like a big thing in Fallout. That's kind of like the currency, I believe, so this is a present for them.
Okay. I also got a Chapel Rowan art print. We saw quite a bit of Chapel Rowan merchandise and art, but this is her as the Statue of Liberty. I thought this was gorgeous, so I will be hanging that up in my room. And then I also got this art of Van Gogh Amy Pond from Doctor Who. I have quite a few of this person's art prints hanging up in my room. This is their card, so it's Alice X Zhang. And again, cards that have art on them I just love so much because I'll hang this up too. So it's a Han Solo that goes with some of my other stuff. And then my last art print is of Anakin Skywalker. I really love this because I loved the broken glass. I love that it shows him and then his Sith eyes, so kind of showing how he shatters and goes from the light side to the dark. But yeah, that's everything I bought.
You didn't bring your Disney thing down.
Oh, I do have that.
Alright, well, I'll do my last thing first.
Thing I bought.
So this is my last thing. So I bought a little cat with like a witch costume. These are called Octocats, I believe was the name of them. And the kind of, oh wait, it says it right here. Tentacle kitty. So these are tentacle kitties. And the purpose of them is kind of like as a stress toy almost. And you put them on your hands and you don't have to squeeze or anything. They just kind of naturally will rest in between your fingers, and it's just kind of like a stress thing to kind of keep you company. I recently got a gray cat, so this kind of reminded me of him, so I got this in honor of my gray cat. And mine came with the witch's gear, but you can take it off and then just have it plain. There was a lot of different colors and variations, different costumes, accessories. So yeah, I thought it was really cute, really unique, and just a cute little comforting toy.
Okay, and then now this is my last thing. I got an art print from Clinton T. Oh, I have it on my phone. But he is a licensed Disney fine artist. So we immediately saw his booth, saw the Disney, and I love Halloween, and I thought this art print was so amazing.
So that's Clinton T. Hobart, and as you said, a Disney fine artist.
Yeah, so he says that he has stuff that he sells at the parks. But, yeah, really loved this. And we'll be hanging it up. He actually had what seems to be the original that he did, but it was a canvas oil painting, very large, and someone asked how much it was, and it was $8,000. So
Yeah.
out of our price range, but it was gorgeous.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
I got the $30 art print.
Yes, that's what got our attention to head over to his booth.
He also had a gorgeous painting of the other mother from Coraline.
Yes.
So
Yeah, and I think that's it for our haul. So take it away, Chad.
Brian, you'll be happy to know that the X Mansion was back again this year.
That was fun last year.
We went into a different...
Heroes and Villains?
Yes, Heroes and Villains. We went into a different section of the X Mansion this year. This time, we looked at Deadpool and Wolverine's creation, so they had, like, their X-rays and how they would develop. They didn't have any more of those pins.
Oh, really?
I was very disappointed.
Those were great.
They had a lot of clothing and some bags. They
Yeah.
had no pins. I wanted to buy another one. That's actually why I went to it.
Yeah, yeah.
They have an amazing setup.
What was the pin you got last year?
The Beast.
The Beast, yes.
Mondo also had a great setup with some cool toys. The Turtles figures, some horror stuff, including the Nazi werewolves from American Werewolf in London.
Those are very cool.
Really cool. They had figures, and they had a Halloween bucket, which is amazing looking.
Oh, the werewolf head?
Yeah, take a look at it. Funko Booth. Boo.
Really?
Never looks good. Always crowded. People waited as much as 5 hours.
Oh.
And these are people who had scheduled times. I've never won. And all the years I've been going, I've never won at a Funko Booth. So it's one of... Check out my video, my short on the things that annoy me most about New York Comic Con. Funko Booth is one of them. But across from the Funko Booth, they had a really cool booth where they had some signed Marvel pops.
Oh, okay.
And they were fairly priced. Take a look at...
Signed by actors?
Signed by actors. Like they have Paul Bettany. So take a look at some of these ones. Finally, there was tons of toys, both classic and new toys. Diamond Select had some really cool stuff. They had a Gremlins. There was a new booth too. It's called Handcrafted Vinyl Ice Cream Bars, and they had They Live, like fake ice cream bar. It looked like an ice cream bar that got a chunk out of it. Here's what it looks like. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was tempted to buy one, but then I thought, where am I going to put it?
You know, I'm one of those more John Carpenter's.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
One thing I looked at that I really was thinking about was life-size Chucky and Chucky's Bride. But where the hell would I put it?
Yeah, no, what do you...
I don't know. I would be afraid it would come to life. So I passed on it. Finally, there was a new booth called FANHOME. I had never seen it before. Maybe they have been there before. They had a Batmobile. It's probably the best looking Batmobile I have ever seen made. It's about this big. Take a look. Here's what it looks like. They also had a Millennium Falcon and an R2-D2 figure plus an Iron Man figure. High quality stuff at FANHOME. Take a look at them up online. They're definitely worth... It's probably expensive. I have no idea how much it was, but it's probably worth a look. Now let's look at what we're really at New York Comic Con for. The comics.
Oh.
What were you talking? Billy and Ortega?
I forget.
That's why I go, right?
Belina Ortega?
No.
Oh.
Comics.
Sorry.
Sleeping Giant had some great New York Comic Con exclusives, including some Terminator exclusives and some X-Men exclusives. They were absolutely fantastic. I was tempted to buy the Terminator ones, but, money. Yeah. Yeah. I looked at some really cool, and this is a new thing with me, foreign comics. Oh, this one dealer had a bunch of foreign comics. We're actually going to do an interview in the next couple of weeks with an expert on foreign comics, and he's going to talk about how foreign comics are becoming a much more viable source of key issues because they're a little bit cheaper. So at this place, they had a bunch of Spider-Man, including some different first appearances of the Punisher, a Hungarian version, a Danish version, and I also ended up seeing an American version. So there you go.
Really?
So many key books in foreign languages.
Right.
Heritage Auctions, on the other hand, had some of the biggest books I have ever seen at a convention, any convention ever. They had a Fantastic Four #1, Captain America #1, and they had an Action Comics #1, starting bid $1 million. Please like and subscribe this video so we can afford to buy it somewhere down the road. I told the guy, listen, I have a YouTube channel. I'm trying to make some money off it. You guys can help us. The first $1 million we make...
It was Heritage, you said?
Heritage. We will buy Action Comics #1. Brian's looking at it right now. He's going to put a bid in on it.
Okay.
It was, it's amazing.
I put in a bid for $20.
I don't think I've ever seen one in person before. I tried to hold it, but they wouldn't take it out of the case.
My bid is actually $1,020,000.
Good. They escorted me away from the Heritage auction booth because I tried to touch it. So what did I do after that? I found a nice little corner and spent about an hour looking at dollar bins.
They had dollar bins?
Yeah, this one.
I didn't see dollar bins last year.
I know. Me neither. They had dollar bins there, and it was tucked away. It was me and one other woman looking through these dollar bins. She was looking for Disney comics. She was a big Donald Duck fan. I was just looking for whatever. So I did buy some dollar stuff. I bought a wall book or two, too. So let's see what I got. It's time for the New York Comic Con haul.
Here we go.
So let's get into the haul. The first thing I got for free from Nick Dragado's table. This is one of his own work. It's called Go Back. Didn't get a chance to read it yet. Looking forward to it. He gave it to me because he liked me.
Very nice cover.
I bought Blue Ribbon #1.
Oh.
But I bought 2 copies, so will you get one, Brian?
Oh, what is it?
I don't know.
I don't know what Blue Ribbon is.
No, it's from Red Circle.
What's Red Circle?
I know, it's that one that did that Mafia one that we bought a couple of things back.
What?
Yeah, I bought a Mafia comic a couple of things back. It's like New York Crime something.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
This is from Dollar Bin. I also bought some, and I look for these and never find them. Atlas Comics, The Destructor #2.
Yep.
Morlock 2001
Nice.
#2. And John Targent, Manstalker #3. Walmart had one of the best booths set up at New York Comic Con. They have a new Mego line. They're doing Atlas Comics.
I want these so badly.
They look awesome. Their booth was set up like a history of Atlas Comics. It was, to me...
What possesses Walmart to get into Atlas Comics?
I don't know. It, to me, was honestly the best setup out of any booth at New York Comic Con this year. They were promoting the figures. Take a look at how awesome this booth looks.
There's something happening. That means something's up.
Because
there's no way Walmart...
Something with the property.
There's no way Walmart gets involved
and
with
they showed the full
without
history.
Something happening.
You're right. They showed the full history. I'm surprised Mego... I'm going to be honest with you. I'm surprised Mego is putting these out. I can't see them selling really well.
I don't know. I saw them right away and my first reaction was I want those.
You're a comic book guy.
Yeah.
Non-comic book people are not going to go out and buy these. And the figures look awesome. They're Mego figures. They're of the you saw. Here's another picture of them. If you didn't see them in the video.
Something is going on, though.
Brian's going to do a whole video on Atlas Comics coming soon.
That's a really complicated
there you
history.
Go.
Yeah,
but it's a very small window. They're only open for like a couple of months.
Yeah, no. But it's interesting the way it happens.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
So down the road, subscribe so you don't miss Brian's Atlas Comics. Here's the rest of my haul. Didn't know what this was. Shadow War Zone. It's a DC Comics. This is key number 1. It's a homage cover to X-Men 141.
Yeah.
Howard Porter drew it. I don't know what this is.
It's interesting that they did a Marvel
Yes.
homage, you know?
Yes.
I love it's
Even
got
to the corner
character
box. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the first key. Filled in some of the JLAs. Number 5. These are all in the dollar bin. Number 7. This is not a key. Number 25. This is key number 2. First appearance of Batman 1 Million. Starro on the cover.
Very nice.
JLA 26. Key number 3. First appearance of Jakeem Thunder.
Nice.
JLA 28. Key number 4. First appearance of LKZ. JLA number 110. JLA 120.
Yeah.
JLA 124.
Oh, yeah.
Justice League of America 34. I bought a nice old Justice League. I'm going to try to get at least one at every convention we go to.
Very
I've
cool.
kind of fallen off with Justice League of America because of Fantastic Four. Superman Classic number 161. Had no idea what this was. That's why I grabbed it. It's key number 5. It's a reprint of the first death of Ma and Pa Kent.
Oh.
This is a so much fun reprint. Not a lot of information out there. These were sold in toy stores.
Oh, cool.
I have another issue, Justice League of America issue. That's from So Much Fun Comics. I would love to know more about this. I'm going to do some research and probably end up doing an episode on that too.
So So Much Fun was a separate imprint or something?
It's just a one that reprint. It's distributing it, and it's distributing it to doing reprints and distributing it to toy stores in the 1980s.
Nice.
If you know anything else about So Much Fun Comics, please write in the comics or email us. We're trying to get more information on it.
Yeah, I never heard.
Very spotty. Superman 285. If you remember a episode previously, I am going to start collecting old Supermans.
Nice.
Superman 274. Alpha Flight 63. Almost done with it. Hellstorm.
Storm. Oh,
It's
sorry.
different.
Yeah.
I know.
Oops.
10. Prince of Lies. It should be Hellstrom, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It threw me off.
Try looking up in your app online.
I can only
it's
imagine.
New Mutants 28. Another New Mutant. He was there.
Bill Sienkiewicz?
Yep.
Yeah. Love his work.
Spider-Woman Origins number 3. He was charging quite a bit for signatures.
Sienkiewicz, I'm sure.
Yeah. Captain America 130. No one was charging as much as Steranko. Here's my big book, Gold Key. So 1 gold key. This has been on my wish list, my want list, what I've been looking for many times. I have asked about this book in many different conventions from many different vendors. Never quite got the right price.
Fantastic Four number 1.
No. Incredible Hulk 141.
Oh, that's cool too.
Key number 6. The first appearance of Doc Samson. They had a booth, and it was New York Comic Con, and I was surprised. This was half off. Plus, she gave me a discount because I was paying cash.
Nice.
So I could not say no.
I just recently reread that story. What a weird origin.
It's a weird origin. He's a weird character.
He's a very weird
been a
origin,
fan.
Doc Samson.
I did buy a key Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four 44. This is key number 7. This is the first appearance of Gorgon.
Nice.
And it was only $5 because it was $10 with half off.
Very nice.
How could I say no?
That's really
I bought some newer Fantastic Four. The new Fantastic Four, $5.49.
very cool.
Dollar bins. New Fantastic Four, $5.53. Michael Turner cover. I like Michael Turner's art. $5.57.
Nice.
$5.61. $5.63. Fantastic Four Isle de la Muerta, number 1. This is a one-shot.
Nice.
This one booth had, the one I actually ended up spending an hour looking at, he had a bunch of Fantastic Four one-shots that I'd never heard of. The Fantastic Four Voyage of Sinbad, also a one-shot. $5.56. Fantastic Four Fireworks, part 1 of 3. So I bought a whole bunch of Fantastic Four number 1s. Fantastic Four House of M, number 3. Fantastic Four Big Town. Don't even know what this is. This is 3 or 4. I'm going to have to look for the rest of these.
Very nice.
That's what I bought. Comic-Con was a success. There's
Very
my
cool.
badge.
Nicely done.
It was good. Good parts, bad parts. But now here is why it was ruined. You've waited this long. Here is the ruining of New York Comic Con. So we got to New York Comic Con at about 10:15. We drove in. We parked on 29th Street, if you know New York City. Javits Center is like 34th Street. And 11th, we parked on 29th Street and 9th. We walked to the Javits Center, had a nice time there. Got a little tired. We were there till about 6:15. The girls were doing stuff on the floor. They were really having a good time buying stuff for each other. One of my favorite parts of New York Comic Con is my two daughters who are getting older spend the whole day together. We spend some time together. They spend, then I go and do my comic stuff. They go and do their stuff. They spend the whole day together. We leave the convention. We get back to our car. I lost my car keys.
Someone dropped the keys.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Keys. Oh. I had a hole in my pocket, and the car keys were gone. My youngest daughter said it best. She was very proud of me. I didn't lose my cool and become a complete raving lunatic, as I probably would have in the past. What we did is we ended up going to a Irish pub around the corner. The people were wonderful. And I had to wait like 2 hours for someone to come and drop new keys off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was not happy. We didn't get home till close to 10 o'clock.
Oh, that's terrible.
So next year, I will be going to New York Comic Con again next year. There's no way I can say no to it. Maybe we can get Brian to go back again next year.
Maybe next year.
Tell us who you would like us to see next year at New York Comic Con. What should Brian dress as? He's still supposed to be Lex Luthor. You voted on it. He never did it.
Couldn't do it.
What?
Sorry, I'm posting it.
Is that a cosplay? Yeah, get a first one. What could Brian be next year if we go to New York Comic Con? Thanks for watching.
There.
Yeah. The ghost. He was the ghost this year. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you sticking with us this long. Love what you collect.
Collect what you love.
We'll see you next time. Probably not at New York Comic Con.
Okay, so we are now leaving Comic Con. I had a very good time. Me and Colleen bought a lot of stuff. Did some of the special events.
I prefer small conventions. Although I did buy some stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll look at what I